yako epeteke sisia dayo akana kaku bua yako epeteke meteka meteka meteke bua yako epeteke meteka meteka meteke bua yako epeteke jisika ningo tona neweka madina ne mainge ngoya kwa ninoete nengemedo makona we movango kona useo wako nwetembua nenge bina wakwekea kitone kinge muno. My eyes are blind, give me your eyes, oh Lord, let me see.
Fast forward, mziki ngumu bila dosa ka cash flow. I'm na ngoja wa kupika marathon, kaza hustle.
Warazi watembe, ulimishoka bado na skill ya wembe. Injili meoga, itabak ni wapende. Soka mna mboga, hizi buzz ni kasembe. Wako chuma utadhani wame crossbreed na metal. I don't bite, niko soki na dental. Mitaani najua, mbogi ma metro. Yesu makamagera na meshogi wa metro.
Mwana wake peke, aje duniani ili atufie. Sababu ya damu yake, mina wetu na uzima wa milele. Haijalishi na mapiga sala, Mola atakupa namna, atakuvusha salama, ngori atageuza sawa.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe, na sifa zake zitambe.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe, na sifa zake zitambe. I know my Jehovah is good for real. Nothing can change my mind on him. Ananipenda, trust me for free. Kila nakoenda is my company. You're my strength, you're my muscle. Shuleni nipo kidato, devo nakula kichapo. Lipo ni papo, maisha yangu ni yako. You're my one and only.
Time is money, so I spend kwa misa. Wana content, tushawa frightened kuandika. Hapa ni buzz bila license ya lika. Umetu equip na hisi high sense na mika. No digni hundio mwito, original hundio mpiko. Jiwe na lao, we live in a mission. Nakani negative, the better keep off. Rara, Yesu is wrong.
Haijalishi na mapiga sala, Mola atakupa namna, atakuvusha salama, ngori ategeuza sawa. You're my strength, you're my muscle, shuleni nipo kidato, devo nakula kichapo, lipo ni papo, maisha yangu ni yako. You're my one and only. Fast forward, mziki ngumu bila dosa ka cash flow. Amona ngoja wa kupika marathon, kaza hustle.
Your smile convince my broken heart I will be okay someday. To do whatever it takes to do, I don't mind, I don't care, as long as I end up with you. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Take my wings and fly, don't be scared to try and touch the sky. If you fall, I will be there to do whatever it takes to do. I believe in you. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe tu.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Good morning. Good morning. It is a beautiful Monday morning. The weather is doing the thing. The sun is shining. And I just want to welcome you to Sheversations. My name is Caroline Murote, Miss Murote, if you will. And you can holla at me at Caroline Murote across all social media platforms, particularly for IG. It's Caroline_Murote. Give me a follow. Give me a shout out, a holla, and let me know what you think about this Sheversations. And you can also do the same at Power Radio across all social media platforms. Let us know what you think about the show. What would you like for us to talk about? What are the girlies doing? What are they talking about? Let me know. I am very interested. Now, today we have a beautiful, beautiful show lined up for you because, you know, I love you. I told you, if there's nobody who's telling you that they love you, I'm the one for you. If there's nobody who's encouraging you out here, ni mimi. Not like yo. And today is the Monday I'm gonna tell you guys about my wedding. I've been telling you guys for the past 2 weeks about my wedding, and I said that next Monday, which is today, I'm gonna tell you guys. So y'all just need to stay tuned, and I'm gonna give you all the deets, and you're gonna know what's hip, what's happening, and what's happening. Sometimes I need to become a serious person. Anyway, what are we talking about today? Later on, we're gonna be talking about sexual and gender-based violence, and we say that we are not going to get tired of having these heavy conversations. We don't talk about these things because they're a trend. We talk about these things because they matter, and we're gonna have a couple of guests in studio letting us know what's going on, what's the landscape of sexual and gender-based violence looking like, especially where it pertains young girls. We really care about the well-being of every single human being, and here on Sheversations, where we aim to amplify female voices, we are particularly interested in what's being done out there to make a difference where sexual and gender-based violence is involved. So I hope that you're excited. Also, I'm going to share my opinion. Remember how you send in an opinion and then we just share, according to so-and-so, in my opinion, 1, 2, 3. So if you have a controversial and interesting and unpleasant or pleasant experience that has to do with the girlies, in relation to whatever, let me know. Last week we were talking about... we're talking about weddings and drama weddings. Before that, we also talked about women. Do women like money? Like tunapenda pesa, more than men? Let me see. Last week we talked about women should be stay-at-home moms. Women and mothers should just stay home and take care of their families. Yeah. And we had a beautiful conversation on that. And so prepare, get ready to come on this ride with me for the next 2 hours. The time right now is 13 minutes past 11. And I cannot wait. To have a wonderful 2 hours with you guys. If you're excited, let me know. Holla at me. And if you haven't gotten yet, Panda Basi and get here soon. And we're going to hear from Mvua. Anasema Panda Basi Mshambi.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Baby, lately Nairobi's very cold. Baby, I need your touch, I need your hold. Baby, lately Nairobi's very cold. Baby, I need your touch, I need your hold. Andavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uche Nairobi. Single you come me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been so long. Single you come me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. When you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. When you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. Ayabasi, Pandavasi, Uche, Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi, Uche, Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi, Uche, Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi, Uche, Nairobi. Hey, lately Nairobi's very cold. Hey, baby, I need your touch, I need your hold. Baby, lately Nairobi's very cold. Hey, baby, I need your touch, I need your hold. Single you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been so long, yeah. Single you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long, yeah. See when you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. See when you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. Been too long. Ayabasi, Pandavasi, Uche, Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi, Uche, Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi, Uche, Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi, Uche, Nairobi.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Wave after wave comes crashing down onto me. Page after pages littered with the memories. I could have, should have, or would have. I told you so. I told you not to. How many times would you like me to say I'm sorry, please?
I forgave you, I forgave you, I forgave you, I forgave you a long, long time ago. I forgave you, I forgave you, I forgave you, I forgave you a long, long time ago. But only you can set yourself free. Only you can set yourself free. Let go of the weight of guilt. Let go of the pain you feel. Let go of the confusion, frustration, yeah. Usiogope, everything is okay. 'Cause I forgave you, I forgave you, I forgave you, I forgave you a long, long time ago. I forgave you, I forgave you, I forgave you, I forgave you a long, long time ago. But only you can set yourself free. 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 If you want to be free, set yourself free. Oh, if you want to be free, set yourself free. I want to be free. Oh, it's hard to be free. Oh, I'm trying to be free. Oh, oh. Oh, I'm going to be free. I forgive me, I forgive me, I forgive me, I forgive me. I need to let this go. I forgive me, I forgive me, I forgive me, I forgive me. It's time to let this go. So be free. I've set myself free.
He who the sun sets free is free indeed.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
He who the sun sets free is free indeed. That was Enoch Wambua featuring Barbara Wangoi, and they were saying, I need to be free. Unaweza kuwa mmekosana with somebody, and then, you know, somebody forgives you like you don't forgive yourself, you know. So that was a beautiful message that you do need to free yourself. You need to forgive yourself for the things that you probably didn't do, right? The things where you messed up, and the people involved have forgiven you. God has forgiven you. Lakini, you've not forgiven yourself. And that's something very interesting called condemnation, where you don't actually accept freedom. You don't actually accept forgiveness. Inakuanga ni kama imposter syndrome, but now based on venye unajiona. Based on, are you worthy? You know, so condemnation is just a feeling of unworthiness regardless of the situation. And the song Free is speaking to that. Right before that, we had Mvua saying Panda Basi. And when we started off with Ambia, Billy Black, Rada by Karira Laura, Stony Jiwe, and Manasseh Shalom with Mbua. I hope that you're enjoying this playlist. And what's happening is that Miss Ruth Chep Ngetich has done us proud in Chicago, the 2024 Chicago Marathon. It was a professional women's division, and she set a new record with a time of 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 56 seconds. Come on now. I feel like Kenyans are always shining, and I remain so proud to be a Kenyan when it comes to athletics. And it's such a cute ray of sunshine when there's so much going on elsewhere in our country. So I love that people are able to push through and triumph. And congratulations to you, Ruth. You are doing us proud. We're very, very, very proud of you. Moving right along. Hey, airports. When was the last time you booked a flight? Have you ever booked a flight? Are you catching flights or just catching feelings? Musinikasirikie, I'm just asking. So our friend Ryla is now supporting the Ruto Adani deal. And let me tell you, he says that it's because he has come across those people, he's interacted with them, and that one of the prime ministers who India, the prime minister, he's called Narendra Modi. When he was the chief minister of the state of Gujarati, Uko India, that they had a good interaction. And that just sounds like politics. It sounds like nonsense, like we're being played. It sounds like you're not even making a point. You're not even making sense. And since when did Ruto and Raila support one another? When it comes to things happening in Kenya, they support each other in things happening outside of Kenya, like Ruto backing Raila's AU chairmanship bid. So now I'm asking myself, okay, guys, tunawaona, and if you're a Kenyan who's still believing in our politicians as opposed to believing in a higher power, just having hope that regardless of what's going on, things are gonna get better, then yeah, you need to have the wool removed from in front of your eyes, because you just need to go on YouTube and Google what Indians think about this company, this Adani company. And if you want to read more on that, that is on the Standard. And then we move on to our friend waliguza murema wameipasua ni nini bana, what's the issue? Why would you guys do So the National Assembly voted to impeach our deputy president, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua. However, Senate, they're saying now let's see who's boss, meaning that most likely they're going to overrule. They're going to rule in his favor. That's what I believe, because since the Naivasha deal, the Naivasha, reconsideration of the powers that Senate have, it's been almost a decade, of Senate just seeming like they're just dormant. They don't really have power. They're just there, just having ceremonial roles. However, that's not the case, because they are saying that no, saa mtajua. Now you'll know. You'll know who's boss. But the funniest thing is that if he actually does end up being saved by Senate, what's going to happen is that most likely he's going to be blackballed. I know that blackballed is for the entertainment industry, but that's basically when everybody everywhere basically blacklists you, and the powers that be in that industry make it hard for you to get work, get connections. So his budget will probably be slashed, and it's the end for him at this point, unless they play the games that Raila and Ruto are playing, which is you hate each other, you're fighting, and then all of a sudden you guys are friends again. And if this whole Gachagua thing was actually the way we've been saying as a distraction, then Basi business will go back as usual. You know, because I said if they're going to talk about this guy with regards to corruption, basi wote wawekwe on trial. Every single MP, every single senator, every single governor, and the president himself should be put on trial. Sindio, ama? I feel like that's what makes sense. I feel like that makes a lot of sense to me. Otherwise, please, games that are being played with us, we do not appreciate them. What else is happening? What else is happening is that we have a female tuk-tuk driver in Jomvu, Oko Coast, who saves the lives of expectant mothers. Those are the type of stories that we love to hear. And she's 35 years old, and she is Kerubo. Her name is Kerubo. She resides in Jomvu town in Mombasa, and she is a female tuk-tuk driver. How did she become a female tuk-tuk driver? Because, you know, this is not common. She was a trucker. You know, she was driving a truck from Kenya to Uganda, and then her boss passed away, and then she received a loan of how much? She received 30-something thousand, and then she was able to purchase her own tuk-tuk after having been employed as a tuk-tuk driver. So she said that in order for her to give back to society as her corporate social responsibility, she is intentional to give expectant mothers rides to the hospital for free. And the hospital is what's it called? Let me see the name of that particular hospital. It's about an hour away, so it's not easy. Yeah, the Rates Hospital is 1 hour away from Jomvu town, so it's not very easy for expectant mothers who might not have their own means of transport to go in when they are in labor. So she's actually saving lives, and in this particular story that we have on page 10 of The Standard, you have that story expounded, how she saved this woman's life. The woman called her in the middle of the night, and she was able to give her a ride. Imagine not being able to go to a safe space where you get assistance because you don't have transport. That's really sad, but thank you so much to women like Kerubo who are shining our light. And honestly, she's a powerful woman. And here at Power Radio, we love to appreciate the good people, good humans like that. So that's what's happening. Nilisema, I'm going to take a break on your celebrities na mambo zenu mingi because hayeleweki. It's just normally a lot, and we need to do better. Here we are cleaning the airwaves here on Power Radio and Sheversations, and hopefully these are conversations that matter to you. So let's go ahead and listen to Niwe by Kinoti and Kesho by Bridget Blue.
Power Radio. Tune in and power out.
Gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? They say don't you rush it if you want it to last forever. For your love I'd wait till hell freezes over. And when it rains you can stay under my umbrella. We'll make it through the storm, it don't matter the weather. Baby, can't you see a future planned with me? Cause I do see one with you. So I'ma write this song to you. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? See, I love you cause I want to, I'm not forced to. I'ma treat you like a real man is supposed to do. Eventually, I get down on one knee and ask you if you wanna spend your life with me. Mware no kumenya kwendete otuko na more than young. Somebody's daughter, yeah, do not order my light in the darkness, baby, when in your time. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. Would you anyway, anyway, anyway? Would you anyway, would you anyway, anyway, anyway? Would you anyway, would you anyway, 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 would you anyway?
Say it, Pat.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
You feel like the world is on fire. Some days you feel like you're swimming and flying. Some days you wake up and you don't feel like you wanna chase what you don't see. But some days you feel like you're floating up high. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and sing out. What more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho, nitaamka upya na nisonge. Hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Kesho naamka upya, kesho naamka upya. Some days I know that you think of surviving, but you sleep and wake up and don't feel like fighting. But there's space in your soul to keep wanting more, to desire to soar. But some days you know that their words, they mean nothing. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and say, what more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho, nitaamka upya na nisonge. Hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Kesho naamka upya.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is 35 minutes past 11. Actually, sijui mbona nasemanga hivyo. Nilifunzwa when I was younger. It says 25 minutes to 12. 25 minutes to 12. Yeah, sijui kama mnajua that once it gets half past, when it gets to half past, now you say the time is 2. So you're moving towards. So when you're kama umeambiwa be somewhere by 7, alafu umefika 7:30, jua tu umechelewa. Juu now umefika towards 8. Yeah. So in case you didn't know, now you know. And I know you've noticed by now that I'm not by myself. Here in studio, we were listening to Tutajaribu Tena Kesho by Bridget Blue. And so hapa tunajaribu to have impactful conversations that are amplifying female voices. And so I'd like my guests, Yvonne and Sharon, to introduce themselves. So hi ladies, how are you?
Hi, we're good.
Hi, okay, Sharon. So tell us, who are you? Why are you here? What's your favorite color? Do you know what do you want to be when you grow up? Are you a grown up?
Oh, hi. My name is Sharon Milanya. That's my name.
Okay.
My favorite color, so far, gray.
Okay.
Okay, it changes. It depends with the mood. With
The mood.
Season. Yeah, so today, my favorite color is gray. And I have two, gray and brown.
Okay.
But my favorite is gray and brown. And today, I've worn brown.
Uh-huh.
I think because of the mood.
So unakuanga, you're an earthy girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Alafu sasa, it's so interesting because people say their favorite colors and then they normally mean colors zenye wanapenda kuva. So me, I realized that's what people think when they say, what's your favorite color? So mtu akikuona umeva red, they're like, no, but your favorite color is red. And then I realized, me, that's not how I understand favorite colors. Like me, I'm like the color that nikiona, I'm like, this is the most beautiful color. My favorite color is black and purple. Lakini purple, guys, siwezi kuwa navaa purple kila siku. Nitaka ni kama niko in a cult. So it's really interesting to me how we process favorites.
Yeah,
favorites, you know. Yeah, so what do you do, Sharon? And what are you going to be talking to us about today? Just a scope of it.
Okay, so I'm a social worker. And today we are going to talk more about sexual violence and everything around sexual violence.
Okay. Yeah, they're not fun conversations, but they're important conversations.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. And Yvonne, you're very welcome to Sheversations.
Thank you so much for having us here. My name is Yvonne, project coordinator.
All right.
My favorite color, apparently, mimi ndio wale wa kusema favorite color. According to how I dress, the colors I prefer to dress in. Yeah.
Okay.
For me, it's black.
Black.
Yes.
Me and you, we're together because Mimi sijui mniambia I wear yellow. I wear, like you're even trying kona that colorful nini. Like my producer there, she's always complaining. When do you wear color? And I'm like, I'm turning stress.
It's black is a plain canvas. You choose what to,
Sindio, how to build
what
on
color
it.
to put there. So
yeah, and it's enough by itself.
Yes. It's very bold by itself. Actually.
Yes. Okay, all right. So now let's talk about is Kenya a safe space for women? Like, before we even talk about any specific thing, is Kenya, like, would like to start with you, Sharon, if you can just move a bit closer to the mic.
Okay.
Like, what does it mean to have a safe space? And is Kenya a safe space for the girls?
A safe space, it's somewhere where you can freely express yourself.
Yes.
And freely express whatever it is that may be bothering you, and not really something that may be bothering you, something like where, let me put it, where you're free from judgment.
Okay.
Somewhere non-judgmental. But
Okay.
Kenya is not a safe space, according to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what makes it unsafe for you?
Because we can clearly see, for example, let's say you're walking by the road, you can't comfortably wear something that you feel like wearing because you fear, people will judge me, people will say blah, blah, blah. So it's a bit unsafe, I would say.
Okay. All right. And what do you think, Yvonne?
We are not a safe country for women. I think just going by what Sharon is saying, if I was to walk out of the house, I'd really want to be cautious about how I look first because predators wamejaa huko nje.
Something might happen.
Yes.
So you're not
anything
thinking,
can happen.
I'm gonna dress. You're not dressing for the weather. You're not dressing for the. You're dressing so that nobody attacks you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an interesting situation. And is the situation different for women in Nairobi and women Ukocha? It's like generally everybody has their own level of we are all feeling unsafe, maybe just different levels. What do you think about that, Yvonne?
I think it's a general feeling of, not feeling safe wherever we are.
Yeah.
I mean, some of us struggle in relationships.
Okay.
You're not safe to express yourself. You're not safe to, say what you feel to your partner because you don't know how it will be taken. Kesho anaweza amka, cha, you're done. I mean, with, femicide is happening, left, right, and center.
Yes.
Both kwa wenye wako ushago, kwa wenye wako in the city. So it's everywhere.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. All right. Okay, so that's what's going on in Kenya. That's how we are feeling. It doesn't even matter where you're living, like Yvonne just said. So now I want to talk about, I love to talk about what did you want for yourself as a young girl? So maybe you can start with you, Sharon. Like, how did you grow up and what did you want? What kind of a life as a woman did you, and you don't even think as a woman, you're just a human being. What kind of a life did you envision for yourself? Regardless of how you grew up, but that's that young girl, 12, 14, 16.
Okay, when I was 12, I think I envisioned myself as a very successful young business lady.
Okay.
Yeah, I envisioned myself owning businesses. Unajua ile time tukiwa wadogo unasema in 10 years time.
Yeah, sindio.
In 10 years time, I would love to have... Yeah, I envision myself as a very successful young business woman.
And who used to inspire you? What was inspiring
when
you?
I was growing up?
Yeah.
My mom.
Okay.
My mom was a very passionate business woman. Yeah, and I think that's where I wanted to be like her.
Okay.
You see, when I grew up, I want to be like mom. I wasn't like, when I grow up, I want to be like the president. I want to be, I don't know, the women rep.
Your mom was good enough for you.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah. So, and then where are we? Tumefika wapi kwa your dream?
Hey. Kwa your dream. Currently, I'm not doing it, but I usually try the slightest opportunity I get ya kufanya business. I shine.
You shine.
I shine.
Okay, I love that. So Sharon is shining. And Yvonne, what did 10-year-old, 14-year-old, 16-year-old Yvonne want to do? Because Mimi, I just wanted to be left alone kusema ukweli. Truly, that was part of my aspirations. Mwachane na Mimi.
For me, I think 10, 12-year-old, I was just thinking about becoming an air hostess.
Air hostess?
That was the only thing,
Wow.
Kwa mind yangu, that and kukua jeshi. Which kind of jeshi, I don't know.
Ma'am, but air hostess na jeshi.
Yes.
Ebo explain, make it make sense.
Well, first of all, I think air hostess, you would see how classy they were, how beautiful they were, the uniform wanavaa, so you just want, you want that, and also the traveling around.
Yes.
And then jeshi was, unaona siku za holiday, and we would all sit in front of the TV just to watch the parades happening. And to me, ile tu moment, wana march and then they just look at the president.
Yes.
That was just enough to convince me I want that job.
Okay. Well, that's it's sasa clearly we see jeshi unless uko hapa undercover doing civilian affairs, soldiering for, what are you soldiering for right now?
I am soldiering for women.
For women fighting the good fight.
Oh, yes.
Alafu ya air hostess pia kind of because uko hapa.
That dream was thwarted by a parent who said why do you want to become just a waitress on an aeroplane?
Surely.
Yeah.
Okay, what a way to put it.
Yeah.
Alafu
so that ended. I didn't have anything to say because,
like unaishi kwake.
Yes.
Yeye ndio anakulisha.
Yes. How dare you?
Wow. And feel like if you could go back, would you want to change his answer now that you've seen how life is? Was he right? Did he protect you, or he actually somehow he just got in the way?
Well, maybe thinking about where I am right now.
Yeah.
It was a good thing to listen to that.
Okay.
But given another, hata saizi siwezi mind pursue that career. I don't think it's done nimezeka sana. But yeah. But I think it was a right choice to pursue something else.
Let me tell you, just 2-3 years from now, in my dream world, when I jet, I'll have your number. Yeah, you'll be the chief of Sijui, whatever it is that they're called. You're gonna be the one for me. Guys, I feel like, Lupita ndio alisema ndio hii kitu ya your dreams are valid, it trend. And I feel like Because I understand. I actually experienced that. Mina kwanga msanii. I'm very artistic. Me spendangu, like I don't want to be told what to do. Like I said, I just want to be left alone. And whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing, I'm going to do a really good job. But other than that, msini stress. Bora tunailewa, what am I supposed to be doing? You know, I don't want to cause trouble or drama. So I just wanted to draw. I wanted to make art. So what I used to do is kulikuwa na magazines. My mom alikuwa napenda kusoma magazines, even though that's just such a strange thing because people know newspapers, like you see magazines. My mom would buy magazines and alikuwa nazisoma. And then see, of course, hii wiki anayachana nayo iko tu hapo. So there was racks and racks of magazines in my house. So I used to open them and then I find just a picture that would fascinate me. I cut it out and then I would stick it in my notebook and then I'm like, napata ingine kesho, another thing, and then I'm like, so this is the wife, this is the husband. So I just started creating stories. So I love for fast forward masikuza internet, I realized it's called collaging and then it's called also scrapbooking, and I was like, that's a form of art. And then I also used to draw, like fine art, just drawing with a pencil. So in high school I told my dad, I'm going to take art. There was art and French as options for extra classes. And I told him I'm going to take art. And he's like, you want to draw? Drawing inakupeleka wapi? You should learn French so that you can get a job with the UN. Ndio mimi hapa. Uku si UN, sindio? And I'm just like, Dad, I love you. Like, inside I'm like, that girl, that 14-year-old, I'm not happy because I still want to draw. And I used to see my classmates who are doing art drawing, and so I used to copy their work. Ndio saa nichore. And I feel like as young girls, I know it's everybody, you know, even guys go through it, but as young girls, there are so many voices of what should you become and why. And even though our parents and the people that love us have good intentions, I think we need to review the relationship we have of the idea of a girl's freedom and a girl's ability to make her own choices and to know what she wants. Because, you know, that's how we find ourselves in situations and jobs where we have to defend women, talk about women, because there's something that's not being done. Yes, and we're gonna continue having this conversation where we get into the work that you ladies are doing, very important work. But for now, we're gonna be listening to the sound of Le Band and Suzia saying a number one and Chemtai with Maskini. Enjoy.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Mama, tell me what you're feeling. Let my actions be what you're thinking. Cause it tastes like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life. You taste like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life. You're my girl. Call me your number one. Baby, you can call me your super girl. Chochote unataka nitakupa, nitakupa. You're my man. I wanna climb to the top of the mountain. Let you cruise on this endless sea. Open up the windows to your soul. I want you to see what you do to me. Watch my spirit melt into your arms. Freeze this time so we'll never be apart, baby. I know you're comfortable under my skin, so don't let go. Hold me close, let the energy flow from my head to my toes. Like this split, let's get lit. Wake back up, then we do it again, baby. Call me a number one, baby. You can call me a superman. Chochote utataka nitakupa. You're my girl. Call me your number one. Baby, you can call me your super girl. Chochote unataka nitakupa, nitakupa. You're my man. Somebody call for my girl, call for my cure, call for my lover.
Cause when the sunlight's at west side, you're always gonna be my number one.
Somebody call for my man, call for me cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sunlight is at west side, you're always gonna be my number one. Tell me how you want it, daddy. Tell me how you want it, papi. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
You got a smile I can't erase, and your voice lights up my face. You're driving me up and down. I'm scared what you're doing to me. I get a rush in my life to love you. I get a high from just thinking about you. I'm on the edge. It's like you're breaking my heart in two. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you messing with my head, bring me my skinny. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you messing with my head, bring me my skinny. Oh, oh, baby, I gave you every bit of my heart. Now what you gonna do? You went and threw it away. I did it all for your love. Try my best to act real cool. Instead I'm acting like a fool. What am I gonna do? I'm crazy for your love. The way I feel, I don't know who and what is real. The love that you give to me is a reality. It's like I'm high in the sky on a drug messed up. I'm waiting on a cure to this illness stuck on you. And I don't know what to do. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you're messing with my head, bring me my skinny. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you're messing with my head, bring me my skinny. Oh, oh, baby, I gave you every bit of my heart. Now what you gonna do? You went and threw it away. I did it all for your love. Try my best to act real cool. Instead I'm acting like a fool. What am I gonna do? I'm crazy for your love. Tunavyofanana, kila saa tunavyokutana, you make my head go banana. Ooh Lord, I'm crazy for your love. Unavyofanana, kila saa tunavyokutana, you make my head go banana. Ooh Lord, I'm crazy for your love. What am I gonna do, baby? Your love. Crazy for your love. I gave you every bit of my heart. Now what you gonna do? You went and threw it away. I did it all for your love. Try my best to act real cool. Instead I'm acting like a fool. What am I gonna do? Oh, baby, I gave you every bit of my heart. And what you gonna do?
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Already, so it is 4 minutes to 12, and that was Maskini by Chemutai Sage. And right before that, we had Leband featuring Suzia saying that you're my number one. And if you're a Sheversationalist, you know that you are my number one. Like in Awasiwa Leband, surely. I know last week we said that Charisma exposed them and said that no, tulikula pesa, juu ya madem, juu ya shorties, mayeng. Like in see now you guys can reconsider. Ama it's too late? Is it too late to reconsider? Guys, see Sauti Sol wakirudi, you know, Kenyans will be happy.
Sana.
Sindio?
Yes.
So these guys were known like junior Sauti Sol. They were incoming. They came with, you guys know number one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they came in with that hit and then they just disappeared. Alafu Charisma, like, yeah, last 2-3 weeks back, he spoke to, I think it was, let me not lie. And he said that walikuwa napata so much money 2017 that there were 3 bands. It was Sauti Sol, Hat the Band, Nale Band. Those were the 3 biggest bands that year in terms of bookings and like how much are you adding from shows. And they said, yeah, we didn't manage our money because tulikuwa tunapenda wasichana na sherehe. And I was like, of all the reasons, like, I'm not judging, like, you know, I judge. Don't be like, to me, no, I judge. We want music. That's all we want. We want music. Yeah, but coming back into our topic of discussion today, we're just doing an exposition into SGBV, and if this is your first time to hear about that, is sexual and gender-based violence, and we have 2 lovely ladies who are doing good work in that area, and I want to ask them about their organization because we're gonna get into what they do with the girls. They're taking care of people that some of you meamua kuvunja. So we're doing better by having these conversations. So tell me, what is Maisha Girls Safe House and what happens over there?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Maisha Girls Safe House is an organization that provides temporary shelter for girls who've gone through sexual violence.
Okay.
Girls below the age of 18. So we do that through a safe house, but we are also doing prevention work in the community, where we have safe spaces for young people just to come and access information on sexual violence, get support, get referral to services that we might not offer to them. So safe spaces reach to girls and young women who could be older than 18 and are not able to receive the safe house services. But the safe house specifically provides shelter for girls below the age of 18 who've been defiled. Yes.
Wow. And so in case somebody, because we believe in education here, there's somebody who's listening and watching and they don't know what sexual violence is, they don't know what defilement is, would you like to define that for us?
Yes. So sexual violence is when someone has unwanted sexual activity with someone without their consent. So for example, a man forces himself or forces a young girl to have sex with him. Or, a man just generally forcing a woman. Doesn't have to be a child to have sex with him. So defilement is when an adult has a sexual activity with a child. And then rape is when an adult to an adult.
Yeah. So essentially defilement is rape, but when it's towards a child, when the victim is a child.
Yes.
Yes. And what was, because there's hospitals, there's police stations, there is what else? There's child services. So Sharon, what would you say is the reason why places like Maisha Girls Safe House exist? Why are they needed?
Places like Maisha Safe House, they're really needed because let's say a case has been reported already to the police station, for instance, to the police station, and maybe the child is not fit to go back home. And the reason as to why maybe the child is not fit to go back home is because maybe the perpetrator is in the same is in the same maybe community,
Yes.
and mostly is usually in the same community or in the same house. So Maisha Girl comes in where we help keep the girl safe.
Okay.
Keep the girl safe in terms of providing shelter,
Yes.
and also to keep on following up on the cases so that they can get justice, because we believe when a case is reported, the family tends to do more of the kangaroo courts where they say si ilikuwa ni uncle, we'll just try and sort this as a family.
Yeah.
Then the matter
Hii ni maneno ya nyumbani.
maneno ya nyumbani, hakuna haja kupeleka nje, then the matter ina disappear. So Maisha Girl comes in, tunasaidia, we follow up the cases, and we make sure justice is granted.
Okay, all right. And may I ask also, how do you get hold of these cases? Because obviously you're not the police, you're not the hospital people, which I would think those are the people that most people would tell what's going on. How do you know that this girl needs help?
Okay, so we get, for us, we do mostly with referrals, and we get referrals from the police, the DCIs, and naeza sema it's through the stakeholders meeting that we usually have.
Okay.
We usually have stakeholders meeting where we have the police, we have the DCIs, we have the CHPs, the Nyumba Kumi, where we at least try and sensitize them, that we tell them we have this and this shelter and we do these services. So wherever they get hold of a case,
Yes.
and it's a sexual violence case,
Yes.
they call us, they refer the case to us. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So before we get into the intricacies, I just wanted to just get a definition of the roles that both of you are doing. So maybe we can start with you, Yvonne, and then we can come back here. So what is your role? What are you in charge of, and how are you able to achieve that?
Okay. So specifically what I do is I coordinate the social work team.
All right.
So I'm the director of social work. So
Okay.
just to ensure that they're able to give each survivor the services that they need. And how do we just make it a holistic experience for everyone who comes into the house.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And how has the experience been so far?
Interesting. I think when I started, I was really confused if I really wanted to be in it, to be in this space. It can get weary, it can get tired at some point. And when I began, I would be very emotional about girls coming in
every day
and the
again?
sadness.
Again?
Yes, it would really happen.
Yes.
But I think with time and just taking time away to just breathe, fill your cup.
Yes.
You're able to say, you know what, I'm
do
going
this
back
again.
tomorrow. So
Wow.
yeah.
So it's challenging work, but important work.
Yes.
And I love that because the message I'm getting is that, the things that matter are not necessarily things that we enjoy, but things that make a difference, you know, and at the end of the day, we get fulfillment, even though you're not smiling and laughing throughout the day.
Yes.
Yeah, because if we don't do it, who will?
Yes.
Yes, and ma'am, what do you do there?
I'm a social worker.
Okay.
And being a social worker, we assist, we follow up the cases to make sure they get the legal justice. We follow up with the IOs, with the police officers. We take them to hospitals.
Okay.
We also schedule them for counseling sessions. And we do the admission, the orientation.
Yes.
And we also do home tracing, the family reintegration. We do the home tracing, home assessment. And
okay, and so that's an interesting scope of what happens there, because I think you've just touched on, by the time a girl comes in, what would she need and what are we offering them? So when we talk about numbers, I know they say every third girl, every fifth girl, those statistics are depressing. So how many girls do you come across? I know, resources are limited, the space that you have on ground is not infinite. But how many girls do you deal with typically, per week, per month? And when you say it's a temporary shelter, how long or how short is temporary?
So for us, ideally, when we take in a case, temporary is anything from 1 day to 6 months.
Okay.
But then that is almost never the case. Because you'll get cases that present so many things that need to be handled before survivor is reintegrated back to the community.
Okay.
So a lot has to be looked into before someone is taken back to where she came from, or she's referred to another institution.
Yes.
So sometimes that goes beyond even 1 year for some 2 years, some 3 years.
Yes.
So it just depends on the nature of a survivor's case and how it's presented.
All right.
Yes.
And how many girls do you have coming in, maybe per week, per month, or are there even seasons where you're like, oh, this at this time of the year we're gonna get? What does that look like?
Average a week, I think we can get 3 to 6 calls. We can't take all of them in, so sometimes we just have to, sadly say no to some, because capacity doesn't also allow us to take in every other case that we receive. But from calls 3 to 6 in a week, sometimes we can take in 1 a week, sometimes we can't even take 1. So space is really a huge factor before we take in someone, because you want her to be comfortable, you want her to sleep on her own bed, you want her to just feel like she's home away from home.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how many girls, do you have a statistic on how many girls you're taking care of currently?
Currently we're taking care of 43 girls.
43 girls.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And then Sharon, I'd like to ask about these girls themselves, because I'll ask about, what have they gone through. But when they come to the safe house, what are their personalities like? Because everybody is an individual, everybody's different, but what do they normally look like? What's their demeanor? When they come in?
Okay, when they come in, they're usually, some I'll say, I don't want to use the term confused, but I'll say some are very emotional.
Yes.
Some have wanakwanga tu hyper. You see someone hata ukimguza hivi kidogo already
super sensitive.
Sensitive. Some are very, actually most wanakwanga very sensitive, just sensitive to anything.
Yes.
Hata unaweza kuwa maybe a fellow girl hata akimshautia, you see girls, and that's like it's a home of girls, of course.
It's normal.
Issues, yes. So hata mtu akimshautia, you just
emotional outbursts or breaking down. Okay. And so now what does it look like to spend time with these girls? And eventually, when you, obviously it's a safe space, does that change, or are there still spaces where you're like, oh, the trauma is still there, it's not going anywhere?
Okay, when a girl comes in, of course anakuwa na hizo different personality and very sensitive.
Yes.
But then immediately they come in, we schedule them for counseling sessions. We do have weekly counseling sessions. Some are individual, and we also have group sessions. So through the counseling sessions, kuna kuanga na professional therapist. So through the counseling sessions, at least you can tell there is a change. After mtu ameenda like 3 sessions, you can actually tell there is a whole difference from when vile alikuja to maybe after 3 or 4 sessions. You can clearly see.
Okay.
There is a difference.
Okay. All right. I love that. And Yvonne, I'd like to ask you about the legal aspect of it, or rather on the justice side, because, you'd assume that there's a case somewhere, there's an OB number somewhere, there's a process that's being undertaken, uko nje. Does that normally bear fruit? Do these girls get justice outside of what you're doing for them, the perpetrator? Are they normally brought to justice, or is that normally we hope, but the systems are broken? Because I hear a lot of those stories.
Not as they should.
Okay.
Justice is almost like a myth for most of the cases that we have. I think for the time that I have been working with the safe house, I think I can't even count 5 fingers where sentencing has been done.
Wow.
I think there's just something wrong. Something wrong with how our legal processes happen.
Okay.
It's too long. It's too tedious. It's it's very repetitive. Hata kama kuna evidence ndio hii hapa, justice is still not delivered as it should be. We have a case in court 4 years down the line, nothing. The survivor is there, child is there, perpetrator life yake inaendelea huko nje, because I think he was out on, bail or bond or something. So it's just too long.
Okay.
Too long. And you know what they say, justice delayed is justice denied.
Yes.
For sure.
That's true. That's true. And to speak on that, do you think that it's a matter of our legal system is just not equipped in terms of staffing, or is it a matter of they don't prioritize this? It's not an issue to them, so nothing is going to happen because nobody cares. Because I know sometimes budget is an issue. I know that there's a gender desk in most police stations, which I've heard is just decorative, most spaces. So what do you think the problem is? Yes, it takes too long. Why does it take too long? What's missing? What needs to be there for these girls to undergo through a good process of them being given justice?
I think one of them is vile tu umesema, like staffing. Sometimes you'll go to a police station and it's one police officer handling so many cases.
Yes.
So they are human. They'll get overwhelmed at some point. So priority might be given to other cases and not this one. Yeah, mtoto. And I think, just the assumption that it's a child, they can wait,
they'll get over it.
or it's emergency.
Yeah.
And priority is given to other cases to proceed. I think that's where it all goes wrong.
Okay.
So staffing, how evidence is handled also, right from when the abuse happens to when the evidence is presented to police, and how it's just generally collected. Like kuna so many loopholes along the way that eventually in the case ifike kotini and it's sentenced, a lot has missed, a lot has been taken off that checklist.
Yes.
So that, and I think also just the issue of integrity, when Sharon said, people are willing to settle these things out of court. If it was, maybe the stepdad ama the dad, wacha tuongee hapa iishe, ama shikeni pesa.
Yeah.
So many things to do with integrity
Yes.
that, leads to justice not being served to children. Yeah.
So it's also a character issue of how we are as
Yes,
a nation,
as a country, as people. Yeah.
And our children are suffering. No, that's very sad to hear. And I would like to know then from you, Sharon, what do you think the psychology of a lot of these perpetrators is? Is it that girls are objects? Is it that, hey, you owe me when it's China? Is it that they just, we blame biology, they're just horny and their girlfriends and wives how pay? Why are girls being defiled? There's no justifiable reason, but why does it happen in most cases?
I will say they see girls as objects.
Okay.
Because we can't say it's biology or maybe they're just horny, because you can't tell me why a full-grown man will defile a month-old baby. What exactly has he seen in that baby?
And that's sounding demonic. I'm not gonna lie. It's either that or like mental health issues.
They just see like girls are objects.
Yeah, to please them.
They're just they see us as objects. Because you can't tell me a full-grown man with a month days. It's not even reasonable.
Yes. Yes, it's not reasonable if I'm 25 and I get raped, and it is even worse if I'm 5 months old, 6 months old. That one is like, we need to question your humanity at this point. And what do you think can be done outside of the work you're doing? Uko inje for us to educate ourselves, because men are everywhere. We can wish them away, but no, I personally love men. I'm not fighting them. But now the perpetrators, majority of them, I'm sure you guys can attest, are men. What needs to change? Is there something we're just stuck here to saidie when you wanaumia, but hakuna kitu? Can something be done?
Okay, recently I was just thinking out loud. Like, as Yvonne has said, justice is delayed, and we have like the process is too long. I was just thinking if maybe we can do the like shaming these perpetrators and shaming them. Yeah, like just shaming them publicly. Maybe it will try and
deter.
Yeah,
mtu ataogopa.
Shaming them publicly.
Yes.
Maybe it will do something.
Yeah.
That is if it can be done, then we can do it.
I've seen on just obviously on media spaces and on TV in the US, they have the sexual offenders registry where watu wakijua you're just an outcast. You're not allowed to be around children. You're not allowed to go near school, near a playground. You can't work anywhere. Like most jobs will not take you because you're just seen as a disgusting human being. In fact, they say that in prison, everybody, that's your hustle. You are fighting for it, but you raped and you're defiling children. You are rapist and somebody who's those ones in prison, they deal with them. Fellow prisoners, like you are a murderer. Well, maybe a killer mtu sijui you set the building on fire, but they're like any defilement. That's where we draw the line. So even criminals know that that's the worst of the worst. And I think naming and shaming, does it? See, I think what I've seen as an effective way, I should say this is effective, but something that I've seen that works, even though it's very sad, is thieves. See, we know what they do to thieves in Kenya.
Just mob justice.
Mob justice. They ban you. They ban you. They kill you. And I think anywhere where you go, see ati hakuna wezi, but most people are very scared. Sana sana uko in the communities, you know, where itabidi utoke mbali, wende mbali, you steal for them. But in your community wakikujua, they might even come for your house. They might ban your family's house. Unfortunately, hawatakangi kujua. And I feel like in a space where systems don't work, because people know that police will not respond, ama when they come, you know, money might change hands, ama you'll be in court and then next thing you're released. So you're still here stealing from us, ama mentoring other people. And I think people are tired of waiting for systems to work. And I'm so sad, like it's so sad for me to say that I think maybe something like that needs to happen to rapists and people who defile. And I think though that conversation becomes extremely difficult now when you come over the age of 18, because now you have a lot of women who unfortunately wrongfully accuse or set up guys. So I know that you guys are dealing with kids, but as women who are living in this society, I'm sure you've seen and heard those stories. What does that do to your whatever it is that we are all fighting for, what your safe house is doing, you know? What does that do when I don't like this guy, ama sijui ameninyima, ama amenikasirisha, and then I accuse him of rape? What does that do, you know, against what we are trying to achieve?
I think it's wrong, you know, when you knowingly accuse someone of something they didn't do. Because you will damage someone. Uta damage reputation yake, uta damage personality yake. You will damage their soul literally. And so you might have someone who's wounded walking around and they will actually want to do whatever it is they were being accused of, you know, to prove a point. Oh, okay, so this is, you know,
I might as well.
Yes, I might as well do it to prove a point that, you know, I actually did it. So I think, you know, knowingly accusing someone who didn't do the act is wrong. And then, you know, the one who actually did the act akoko inje tu anatembea tu freely. So just, you know, finding someone to place a blame on, you know, at the end of the day, it has to be someone who actually committed that act so that they suffer for the sins they committed. I think it on top of what you're saying, it undermines people's efforts. Because if we say that, amwezi sema ati a husband, you know, again for women who have reached the age of consent, a husband is raping the wife, those things happen. But at the same time now, you are making it hard for women to be believed. Yes, women have been raped for years and years, centuries even. It's very sad. Even books as old as the Bible, pia uko watu walikuwa na rapiana. Imagine that, but because those are still human stories. It's as old as time. And it's the saddest thing when we're formalizing these movements. We are forming organizations. We're putting laws into place to try and protect any potential victims. And then you decide that no, me, I just want to take advantage. And I think that, you know, if there are people who have that mindset, particularly ladies, you're really undermining the work of so many women that actually need that platform. You're taking away from the value of what they are protesting for. You know, if you'd accuse a man of something he has not done to you or to a child, because now in some very domestic wrangle cases, you find that a mother has accused the father, the husband, or somebody of defiling the child. I think last year or the year before, there was a case that trended on the news and on social media where the father had been in prison, I think 8 years.
And the daughter finally confessed and said, my mother told me to say.
Yeah.
And I think about that every time I think about, yes, we know there is defilement. I'm like, but somewhere there's a woman planning to use, so accountability goes both ways.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to get a platform, but then people should not take advantage of that. And it's so interesting that, we could take all angles of this conversation. But now I'm going back into the work that you ladies are doing. What does it look like working with these girls? She talked about sometimes, when she started, she wasn't sure if she wanted to go back, but now the ins and outs, what kind, you talked about the counseling sessions and obviously trying to get them to receive justice. But what does their life look like? Are they still going to school? Are they still talking to their relatives, or somehow do their lives stop? So, because you guys have the experience, you're working with these girls every single day. Yeah, so any of you can answer that.
Okay. I think for us, we try as much as possible that their lives continue.
Okay.
That, akikuja pale, it's not, sasa umefungiwa from the outside world, you stay here.
Now you're a victim.
No.
Now we mark you.
No, for us, we really try as much as possible for her life to continue. If she was in school, of course, school will hatenda kesho, but we'll just think about, through the counselor, will she get enough support that even when she goes to school, she'll be able to cope with her emotions, to cope with this new environment. Yeah,
yes.
You're seeing other children going about their normal lives. Will that trigger you? So we just try as much as possible for her to continue her life as normally.
Yeah.
If she was in school, she'll continue with her school. Kucheza, definitely. So she'll be given even better opportunities to play.
Yeah.
Go to a park somewhere, enjoy. So, life doesn't stop at the abuse, the ordeal that they went through.
Yes,
you just want them to be children just as they were.
And they deserve that.
Yeah,
their identity shouldn't be launched on the fact that somebody took advantage of them.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And then, so now what does life look for these girls once they're ready to leave the safe house? First of all, Yvonne, you had said that, it takes a while. You said there's somebody whose case has not been dealt with for 4 years, but when you release these girls, what impact would you say, Sharon, that has been, just given to them based on your safe house and the work that you're doing?
Yeah, okay. During their stay in the house, we do have also mentorship sessions.
Okay.
Where we have the staffs, we mentor the girls, we equip them with life skills. That is maybe how to live with others, how to deal maybe with the day-to-day, the day-to-day issues. Yeah, we just try as much as we can to at least impact them with maybe knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah, we do try.
Okay. Yeah. And when they come in, do they still have dreams when they're leaving? Are they dreamers still? Because, that I asked you guys what you guys had wanted when you were young girls.
Yeah, as Yvonne has said, we usually allow them to become children, to continue being children that they were even before. Like the abuse won't stop them from being children. Yeah, so even during their stay, we usually involve them, maybe writing their life plans, the body maps, so that we don't kill that dream that maybe the girl had.
Okay. I love that. I love that so much. And I want to ask, because I know it's a possibility, do we have cases where a girl came in and now she's back because it's happened again?
Yes, it has happened. So there are times you will do the assessment.
Yes.
And we usually don't do the assessments on our own. So we involve the children's departments to do these assessments.
Okay.
So assessment ikifanywa, you're told, the home is safe. She can go back. Maybe the perpetrator was, jailed or is in prison or something.
Yeah.
So, the assumption is it was just that one perpetrator who was looming in the community. So a survivor will go back home and sadly, she's abused again.
Yeah.
So for us, that case has to go through, just the usual referral path.
Yes.
So it has to be taken maybe to the police station
Yeah.
again,
Yeah,
to the children's office
bureaucracy,
again.
the whole process.
And then we are called.
Wow.
Yeah. So
And it's the
sometimes if
same girl.
we can't take in a girl, we have to refer to, another institution that can be of help to her.
Yeah.
So there are times when, survivors are re-abused, or, it happens again.
Does it happen a lot, or is it rare?
I would say it's rare. I would say it's rare because of, the numbers, or, as per our experience.
Yes.
So, yeah, I would say it's rare because of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also now, I would like to know, when it comes to these girls' lives, who are the stakeholders? Who matters when it comes to making life livable? And helping this girl become safe? Is it the education system? Is it at home? Is it, leave police alone? We appreciate their work, but let's put them aside. Who you guys would do, whatever it is that you rehabilitate them for a while, you keep them safe and sheltered. But after that, who's the most important person to help this girl continue to live a dignified life?
Home. Everything just begins from home.
Yes.
Most survivors are abused in the home setting.
Yes.
By someone they know, an uncle, friend. It's rarely someone they didn't know.
Yes.
So home, she came from home, she'll go back home. So this is where the biggest support needs to come from.
Yes.
Parents need to believe their children whenever they come to them, saying, hey, daddy, I saw someone looking. Yes, it needs to start from there. If parents believed their children more, these cases would not, be happening as much as they do.
Yes.
If parents really took it upon themselves to protect children, it would not be happening as much as they do. You have children waking up at 5 a.m,
walking to school.
Bag kwa mgongo, walking to school.
In the dark.
So as a parent, umeachwa kwa bed umelala.
Yeah.
Assuming that your child will go to school very safely and come back very safely.
So we're naive.
Yes. Hata shule ikikuwa 5 minutes away, a lot can happen in those 2 minutes, and it will damage your child completely.
That's really
so
sad.
hiyo tu extra effort ya kuamka just 10 minutes tu kufikisha mtoi shule, or walking them to a place utaona ameingia kwa gate ya shule. Wazazi hawataki.
Okay.
So like everything just starts from home. When a child reports to you that they've been touched or defiled, what do you do? Do you just say, ulikuwa unatafuta nini? Ulikuwa umevaa aje? Mbona ulikuwa unaenda huko? Ulikuwa unafanya nini nje hiyo time?
Yeah.
What do we do when children present these things to us? So for me, home. It starts from there, it ends there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Sharon, what can parents do when a child who has been, a survivor comes back home? Aside from, it's already happened, but now you've rescued her, and they've assessed that the home is a safe space. How do you help as a parent or as a guardian, as a caretaker within the home? What is important, from a social worker's perspective? What do conversations need to look like, the time that you spend together, when you're leaving the house, when you're sending them off to school? Is there anything other than just existing that can be done that this girl really needs, that would really help her?
I usually insist that parents, we should make friends with our children.
Okay.
We should be friends with our children, and whatever Yvonne have said, we should also trust them. Trust. Let's trust our kids, and let's try and be close to them. You see, sio ile ati tunakuwa close kama tunataka kwenda ushago.
Yeah.
Hapana, let's be close to your. Try and engage them. Umeshinda aje, umekuwa aje. You see, the moment unakuwa close na mtoto wako, ata open up vitu, and from those tiny things zenye ata open up, you'll be able to fill in the puzzles. Aliniambia alienda mahali fulani, leo hajaenda. You see, you'll try and fill in the puzzle. So parents, let's be friends. Let's be close to our kids.
Okay. All right, thank you. So we're going to have a music break, and then we're going to come back and talk more about the stakeholders of these girls' lives, and also what it looks like to run an organization like yours, the behind the scenes, where are we getting funding, who do you need support for, do we need, how do we exist, and how can we support one another? So we're going to hear from Watenda Willie saying Sio Siri and Billy Black saying March On, and then we'll get back into this conversation.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Ona kule tumetoka, na mbona sasa unasema umechoka? Ama ushampata Casanova anayekupatia lishe bora? Kwanza nakumbuka tukianza vile uliniahidi tutapendana forever. Na sasa ni kwa nini ukaniweka chini miaka zaidi ya 2 sasa unamua unaenda? Ni kipi sina? Ni kama tena haunijui jina, no. Na haukujikinga, nasikia tena ushapewa mimba. Na sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, siweza nikuweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza. Mwanzo tulikuwa kwa ghorofa, mapenzi yetu ikaporomoka, baadaye ukajuka nichoma. Usikujua jua pia ni nyota, na ukweli sasa inaonekana, niliyempenda pia ameshanikana. Nilimpea kila kitu, nikampenda kila siku, sheri akageuka mdanganyifu, maswali zangu hawezi jibu, ni kipi sina? Ni kama tena haunijui jina, no. Na haukujikinga, nasikia tena ushapewa mimba. Sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, siweza nikuweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, siweza nikuweza. Bali niko, sikutaki mabaya, haya yameshafanyika mama, umeshanizika mama, ndani ya shimo uliniwacha pabaya. Haya yameshafanyika mama, mapenzi yetu ishazama. No, no, sio siri ma, umeniumiza. Oh, no, no, sio siri ma, umenimaliza. Oh, no, no, sio siri ma, umeniumiza. Oh, no, no. Close your eyes and whisper a prayer. The love that was lost is finally found. Dry your tears, for it won't be long. The rainbow comes after the rain. March on, soldier, be strong. Don't put down your rifle, the fight must go on. March on, soldier, hold on, for home is just over the hill. Let go of doubt, but hold on to faith. For don't you know, soldier, your father awaits. For the weak, please be strong, lift them up, carry on. For home is just over the hill. March on, soldier, be strong. Don't put down your rifle, the fight must go on. March on, soldier, hold on, for home is just over the hill.
down your rifle. The fight must go on. March on, soldier, hold on. For home is just over the hill.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
All right, my Sheversationalist. It is 24 minutes to 1, and we are back from March On by Billy Black and See Your Siri by Watenda Willie. And we just want to say March On to anybody who has ever had the misfortune of experiencing sexual and gender-based violence. And then we have this wonderful ladies from Maisha Girls, a safe house, just letting us know what happens, what kind of work they're doing, why is it important to do this kind of work, and how it impacts the survivors of sexual and gender-based violence. Yes. So Yvonne, I'd like you to walk us through. First of all, we've touched on the police. We've touched on the parents, and then there's social workers, people just coming in to give support. Are there other stakeholders out here?
Yes.
Yes, who are they?
I think when we start from the beginning, I'm aware the survivor is coming from. There are community structures that can take care of a survivor or can help her report her case, or watakuwa present. Na some of those we have community health promoters. So community health promoters are the ones who usually take a survivor, maybe wanampeleka hospitali for her to get the support that she needs when the abuse happens.
Yes.
And usually they know these things fast. So usually community health promoters, chief, nyumba kumi, like village elders, they're usually the first responders to some of these things. So sometimes even when we say that, cases are not reported, it's because maybe they ended at them.
Yes.
So, they play a big role in supporting a survivor to seek justice because they know where these cases need to be reported to, or they know where a survivor should go first when she's abused.
Yeah.
We also have healthcare providers, that is hospitals, who, also provide the immediate care that a survivor would need when she goes to hospital, because hospital is one of the places also that a survivor should go, so that, anaangaliwa, was there any damage? Evidence is also collected from the hospital. So hospital really plays a big role kwa journey a survivor. And who also does she find there? Is it someone who will re-traumatize her again? So just having the right people in these hospitals also is very important. We also have the children's departments. Each sub-county has a sub-county children's office, where these cases need to, to be reported to them, because they're able to know what structures are within that sub-county that can support this child. Do we have safe houses? Do we have hospitals? Do we have schools?
Yes.
They are able to know, or even to map out that, a survivor can receive this much services within their sub-county. And even just, knowing that a child in their sub-county has gone through a particular thing, they're able to give the right support. And then I think we also have alternative care, like what we do ourselves.
All right.
So we have us, sometimes children's home can serve their purpose.
Yes.
We have rescue homes where, can also serve the purpose. So alternative care homes where children can receive support away from home, I think is also another stakeholder on that journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. They say that it takes a community, a village to raise a child. Unfortunately, it also takes a village to help a survivor who has gone through things that should have never been their experience. Yes. Now, speaking of which, the assistance that you offer, where do you start? I would like a shelter as well. I'd like a safe house. I'm interested. Maybe I'm really convicted. I am passionate about giving back and assisting, girls or anybody who has gone through this form of abuse. Where do you start with putting Maisha, Girls Safe House together, or any similar organization?
I think it starts with the need
Okay.
Is there a particular need? Is there a specific need that you want to fill in your community, in your society? Like for us, I think when Maisha began, safe houses ilikuanga story. Like I personally had not even heard of it. Yes. So, but there were so many girls who were, because Maisha began as community initiatives where girls would just come and meet for life skills and peer
like
support.
a community center.
Yeah, so you just come, maybe on a Sunday afternoon and then go back home.
Okay.
But then through that, so many cases of girls being violated were being reported. Like girls will come and share to the founder, so and so did this, what do I do? So it started with her giving these girls refuge in her own space, in her own home.
Okay.
And so eventually it became something that, I can't handle this in this space. So that's how the safe house began. So finding a need that, will serve the community and a need that is actually existing. I think, NGOs sprout every second because watoto wawili wajaenda shule huku. But then is that really the need of that community?
Yes.
So just finding the actual need or the actual gap that needs to be filled begins from there.
Okay.
And then just putting your house in order. Do you have the right documentation? Are you registered? Because then again, you can't do some of this work if you're not recognized by the government.
Yeah. Where do you register and what's
for CBOs, I know there's Njoka, it's still called the SDO.
Okay.
There's a social development office in every sub-county as well.
Right.
So registration begins from there. And then for NGOs, it's with the NGOs Coordination Board. Wako hapa Cooperative House.
Okay.
But before you even get there, you need to have documentation. Like, do you have members within the organization? Do you have a board?
Okay.
Do you have a constitution that you run with?
Yes. So just accountability.
Yes. They need to see that,
it's a real
you've not just started today and you want to do magic in the country.
Yeah.
So just putting your house in order in terms of documentation. Also just, what work have you done?
Yeah.
Like, have you encountered these problems before? Have you tried to solve them? In what ways? Like, have there been initiatives that you've done in the community to show that, you are actually addressing an existing need?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And then, so now you get to the formal structures. That's where we have your director of social work. We have our social workers. And so now you have an organization like Maisha, which is meeting a community need. So now if I know a girl who is a victim of SGBV, or I am myself that girl under the age of 18, meaning that I fall within the parameters of your assistance, where do I start?
Let's say you've been abused.
Yes.
First, you report to the police station.
Okay.
You first report to the police station. Then after reporting to the police station, you'll be given a P3 form.
Okay.
Then the P3 form, you go with it to the hospital. The hospital, they do the physical examination. They take samples, which some doctors usually use the samples to testify in court, like the results of the samples they've taken from you to testify in court. After reporting to the hospital, they've done the physical examination. Then you can seek any additional service, or even the police officer can tell, like this one, the community where she'll be going back to is not safe. Then they refer you to our shelter or any other non-shelter.
Yes.
And also we do advise that you preserve the evidence and you report to the hospital before 72 hours.
Okay.
Before 72 hours are done, you report to the hospital so that they can help preserve the evidence. And you can also preserve the evidence yourself by placing maybe the clothes that you wore on that day, even the pant, you place them in a khaki bag.
Okay.
You shouldn't cut your nails as well.
Okay.
You shouldn't cut your nails, cut your hair.
Yes.
Yeah, to be able to help with the evidence preservation.
Okay. And what about showering? Maybe I feel disgusting.
And no showering.
Yeah. Why is that important?
It's important. It will help with collecting the samples, let's say the semen, and maybe if you even scratched or maybe the perpetrator scratched you, it can help take the samples, which will be used for DNA.
Okay.
Yeah, for DNA, the perpetrator.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. And then now, let's say I don't know Maisha, I don't, actually, I have no idea about anything. Are there centers of information where girls can get educated on, yes, these things happen in society, the same way they teach you, you have periods, you use pads before they come. You know, that's what should happen. The same way they prepare you, okay, sex, if you're going to be having sex, you've chosen, at least use protection. There's STDs, there's pregnancy, be careful. So are there information centers maybe that you guys offer or are offered out there, their websites? So where can people inform themselves about what to do in these situations?
We have our Facebook page
Okay.
at Maisha Girl Safe House.
Yes.
We also do community outreach.
Okay.
We have, in organization, we have projects where we do community outreach. We have PISCA and we have the United Nations Trust Fund.
Okay.
Where they help us do community outreach where we sensitize the community on the need to prevent sexual violence.
Yes.
And we also emphasize on the accessibility of maybe health services and where we can get these services.
Yes.
And we also have the safe space, the 2 safe spaces.
Yes.
Where we usually have someone there. There is a desk where people get information on that. Those are women who are older than 18 because our shelter serves less than 18.
Yes.
So women who are older than 18 or those below, they can get information on how to prevent SGBV in our community spaces. Yeah.
Okay.
And we also do school outreaches.
Right.
We go to schools within Nairobi. We go to schools and teach them and emphasize on the need to prevent sexual violence, the school-going girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I feel like that's an effective start. You know, if somebody is wondering, they would know where to start. Then I would like to ask you, Yvonne, what kind of support does a safe house like Maisha Girls or any other need, you know, and from who? So whether it's with regards to policies, with regards to assisting with the registration, or whether it's now the actual running of the organization, who do you need support from and what kind of support?
I think considering it's a home like any other.
Yes.
So anyone can support.
Okay.
It could be you, could be Sharon, could be anyone else.
Yes.
And that support could be as basic as food. It could be as basic as visiting, you know, the survivors and just, you know, giving them the warmth that they need away from their mothers, away from their homes.
Yes.
So that sometimes is enough.
Okay.
You know, there's also support from the government that we really, really, really dream of getting one day.
Yes.
You know, just that recognition that there are people who are, you know, sort of doing our work.
Yeah.
And just showing up where we need. We have survivors who need hospital bills to be paid. You know, who shows up for that?
Yeah.
We have survivors who need to go to school. You know, we don't need to keep fundraising for each survivor who needs to go to school. Can the government just say, you know, everyone who comes through your doors, hakuna kulipa fees, we are providing, you know, just take them to school and good schools for that case.
Yes.
You know, we have survivors who will eventually go back home, you know, and sadly for some, our support ends maybe 3 months after they've gone back home.
Yes.
Can we have someone who will show up and say, you know what, I will support for another year.
Yes,
I will support not just the survivor, but the family as well. Okay. You know, have some rent, have food, like that.
Yeah.
So it's anyone who can give support, but sometimes it gets specific to, you know, the government. When we come to government services that we should access for free, can we really get that?
Yes.
Can we have all our hospital bills waived for free? You know, can we have someone who just shows up and tells us, you know what, you don't need to go through this process. Just I'll make it easy for you. Let's do it this way.
Yes.
So, support can come from many, many different corners. It can be individual. We have people who've come and said, I will take a girl to school. So, you know, you feel motivated knowing that there are people who are backing you up. There are people who believe in your work and they want to be there for these children. So it can be individual. Sometimes it's organization, as Sharon has said, where we have people like the French embassy. We have the United Trust Fund who, you know, say, what, here's this money. Reach as many as you can within this period. So, yeah.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. And right as we wrap up, I would like to hear from you, Sharon. What kind of challenges have you faced in running your safe house? Just, the things which you're like, hey, this is hard.
The main, I don't know if the main, but amongst the challenges that you faced is limited capacity.
Okay.
I think we have, sometimes it's so sad to turn down, maybe you've received a call, we have this case, and just turning the call down because we can't take in a girl because the house is full, because our house is just, it's a home like any other. It's not like something like a big institution. It's a home like any other. And turning down a girl who's a survivor, it's
heartbreaking.
Yeah, very heartbreaking.
Okay. And for the girls who are there, what's the biggest challenge now, the ones that you're able to take in?
I think the main challenge with the girls that we have, at the entry point, I think handling the different emotions that almost wote wanakuja nazo.
Meeting them at the point of their trauma.
It's hard.
I can imagine.
It's really hard.
I can imagine. Okay. Well, with that, then I think for anybody who'd come across this conversation that we're having, then they would be able to put themselves in your shoes and see where they can plug in, see what people are going through, and even the people that are giving support. And it's important for us to share what we're experiencing so that we can hopefully do life together better. Yeah, so I just want to thank you for being here today and just give a parting shot. You can talk to the people, speak to whoever you want to. So if maybe it's that girl who has gone through that, maybe it's the stakeholders, maybe it's Serekali's idea, So what you just need people to know. So you can just speak to them as a parting shot.
Okay, so we also, let's say you've been abused and you're not even ready to go to report to the police station. You can easily call our number. We have our office number and it's 24/7.
Okay.
So you can easily call our number and we'll come to your rescue. We have our number. I'll give out our number. We also have the Wangukanja Foundation.
Yes, you can share the number now because it's gonna be on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can call our number, Maisha Girls Safe House. It's 0718-428-754. Maisha Girls Safe House. And you can also reach out to Wangukanja.
Okay.
It's a toll-free number that is 1519.
Okay.
Just reach out wherever you're in distress.
All right. Thank you so much. And yes, ma'am, your parting shot.
My parting shot would be let's talk about sexual violence. The more silent we are, the more it will happen, and the more girls and women and boys too will continue to suffer.
Yes.
So the more we talk about it, the more it will be known, and the less it will probably happen.
Yes.
So you know someone who's gone through sexual violence, call any of these numbers and report. And if you've been violated, you're not alone. There are people who are willing to walk the journey with you. So just do something. Call, talk to someone. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, ladies. And I love that you've said that we need to talk about these things. That's why Sheversations exist, to just give platform to these stories and see where can we get, I offer my voice. When my M-Pesa, becomes fat, then I'll be like, okay, let's buy a couple of packets of unga, let me come bring the fancy tissues that I like because anybody would enjoy them. Yeah. And I think if everybody could have that same mindset of what little difference could I make, then the world would be a better place. Yes. So from us here at Power 254 and Power Radio, particularly from me here at Sheversations, thank you so much for the work that you're doing for these girls and for Kenya and for humanity. So you're appreciated and thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, you're most welcome. And on that note, we are going to close the show for today on this beautiful sunny Monday with Uchumi Nimbaya by Flyer so that we can all think about our lives and save. December is coming. Enjoy.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
naimba vile na kumada. Mwezi umefika kwa kona, unaniona mini danda. Stima imeanza kubip, sasa anani beep. New phone, new business care. Gesi imekauka, na unga imepanda bei. Kwani haujui hali ya uchumi? Uchumi ni mbaya, je? Wapi wale wote ulikimbilia, vitu vikiniendea mbaya? We, kama hungeniringia ningekuwa nawe. Uliza benki ya dunia, vile raia waumia. Kusikia gharama kubwa za maisha zimefilisisha. Wapenzi na waseja wanalalamika nje. Chumi ni mbaya, we, chumi ni mbaya, woshe. Sijisikie vibaya mpenzi, tapitia haya sote. Sema vile umenimisi, jinsi unanihisi tena nifurahi. Nimetuma zile za pikipiki, si uje tule mbuzi na viazi karai. Eti wataka nije nikakupika, umejipoda wafi na vumbi haikufai. Uski, petroli ilikauka, na uba zikapanda bei. Kwani haujui hali ya uchumi? Uchumi ni mbaya, we. Kama si kiburi chako ningekuwa nawe. Uliza benki ya dunia, vile raia waumia. Kusikia gharama kubwa za maisha zimefilisisha. Wapenzi na waseja wanalalamika nje. Chumi ni mbaya, we, chumi ni mbaya, woshe. Sijisikie vibaya mpenzi, tapitia haya sote. Taarifa ambazo sasa zimetufikia, wanandoa wapigana kama mabondia. Pesa kukosekana kweli ni hatia. Wangapi kila siku wanakatisiana juu ya uchumi mbaya.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.